My Heilige Yidden, we've come to the first perek of Tiferes LeMoishe on page Mem Aleph. Perek Aleph, Ahavta lerei'acha komoicha. Says the Tiferes LeMoishe, Havas Yisor hi mitayag mitzvah Torah. To love a fellow Jew is one of the 613 mitzvahs. In order to fully comprehend the entire concept of Ahavta lerei'acha komoicha, we must go step by step, slowly going through the different aspects of it, the different halachas of it, the different situations which we may find ourselves, which will require that we exert v'ahavta lerei'acha komoicha. And that way, we can actually understand what does Hashem want from us. A good place to start is at the source. In our Torah, in Parshas Kedoshim, the following is written: V'ahavta lerei'acha komoicha. Love your fellow like yourself. The Rambam, when he counts the mitzvahs of the Torah and he sets out the list of 613 mitzvahs, this mitzvah of Ahavta lerei'acha komoicha is considered as one of them. And so too, in his Yad HaChazaka, in the part of Hilchos Deis, Perek Vav Halacha Gimel, he says the following: Mitzvah kol adam le'ahavas kol echad ve'echad miyisrael kegufay. We have to love each and every Jew as we love our own body. We love ourselves. That's why when we talk about another, we have to mention the positive aspects of another. And to be concerned about the other person's money as if he would do that if it was his own money. To want to honor himself, as in we should be concerned with the honor of another as with our own. And whoever is seeking to become honored or become praised or determine that they are better than another by relying on the other person's shame or downfall, this person has no portion in the world to come. And this is what the chinuch actually said. Mitzvahs ahavas Yisrael, and the mitzvah Reish Mem Gimel 2. And if he's talking about him, he should only talk positively. And this mitzvah, this obligation is always in every place. There are two things which come out of here. Aleph, they did not start saying, well, this kind of yid you are required to do X, and this kind of yid you are required to do Y. It's across the board. It doesn't matter where they come from, what they look like, how they act even. They just wrote a simple mitzvah for every yid. It's a mitzvah on every person to love every single yid like themselves. Interesting to note that it says Kol Adam, which implies the entire humanity rather than just Klal Yisrael. But in any case, Oikel Shoyin HaChinuch. When the Chinuch says Le'avi Kol Echad MiYisrael Ahavas Nefesh, more than Ahavas Kugufot, which seems to imply, take it even further, Ahavas Nefesh seems stronger lashon. The second point that we see, another thing we learn, this concept of Ahavta lerei'acha komoicha is not just a nice thing to do. It's an actual mitzvah saseh min Torah. You have to do it. And there's no reason to excuse yourself from it. This mitzvah is also today, and as the chinuch says, it's not as if it's a good attribute, it's a good virtue. It's a mitzvah d'oraisa. And it does make a difference. We have to love every single yid as ourselves. I had that most amazing story that somebody told me today. That he found out, I think, about his father after he passed away. What it means to love every single yid, and to be concerned about the person's financial welfare as it were our own. Apparently, this story happened during the recession. And this person was in the jewelry diamond trade, and he'd walked into an antique shop and he was looking around and he picked up a nice looking tiara, and he asked the shop owner, he said, well, how much for this? And he said, oh, I'll give it to you for £300. And he looks at the shop owner and he says, can you repeat the price please? He said, £300. He looks at the tiara, he looks at the shop owner and he says, you can't sell it to me for £300. These are diamonds. Just the diamonds alone are worth £10,000. Now, whether he bought it for £10,000 in the end or not is another story. I think he did buy it in the end. But when somebody asked him, he had told the story of what had happened, not in order to glorify himself. This is just something that has. So why didn't you just buy it? He was happy to sell for 300. Obviously for him, that's what he was happy to sell it for. He didn't just buy it. He said, how can I do that to somebody? The concept of yes, what's going through a person's mind, as might have been going through my mind, is I can make money. This person only wants 300. That's his decision. I'm not forcing him to sell it for 300. I'm not haggling. It's the first price he says. It's the price I'll pay for it. But realizing that somebody else's money is like your money, and you wouldn't want to be at the loss where you could have made an extra £900 and you lost out on it. That is true ahavas Yisrael. That's a true love of another, and taking seriously the other person's situation as if it were your own. This person have at least neshama, and may we be able to incorporate the true seriousness bracha that ahavas Yisrael brings.